Hey everyone, welcome to another knife review. Today I'm going to present you a knife made by Tony Karlsson, a Swedish knife maker. Sweden has a very strong knife tradition and there are plenty of great knife makers there. I think the proportion of inhabitants who make knives in Sweden is probably one of the highest in the world. You have people who make knives for their own use, maybe to go hunting. Some are part-time knife makers, some are full-time knife makers. But in any case, I have only seen some very high quality knives coming from Sweden. If we can probably say that France is the country of cheese, I think we can say Sweden is the country of knives. So Tony is a part-time knife maker. His main profession is restoring antiques. And I also wanted to say it's a very nice guy, which is something important for me. As a knife enthusiast, I enjoy nice knives, of course, but I also like all that's around knives. The fact that you meet people, learn about techniques, discover new materials, and when I like the knife, it's very good, but when I also like the guy who makes it, it's just that little extra that makes the knife more special. It gives it sentimental value. Some collectors only buy knives for their resale value or just because the name of the maker, and that's really not my vision. Personally, I never think of reselling when I buy a knife. I think it might influence my choice. I really want to buy the knife for what it is. In my mind, I really think that it's for life. I would like my children to have them when I die, and yeah, it's something. It has a sentimental value, it's a special object. You can make business in knives. Some collectors make business, but it's really not like that I function. Anyway, these are only my feelings. Enough rambling, let's talk about what really interests you. So, what have we got there? The handle is made of mammoth ivory scales with Damascus bolsters. The Damascus is made by Vladic Daniluk, who's a great, very famous blacksmith, Swedish blacksmith. He makes amazing Damascus with really unique patterns. This one actually makes me think of a honeycomb. Honeycomb usually is hexagonal. These are circles, but I don't know why it really makes me feel, really makes me think of honeycomb. This Damascus is actually a dragon skin mosaic Damascus. The dragon skin name really suits it well because it's a very deep etching, as you can probably see here. And you can really feel the texture of it. You can, it's very grippy, just like could be the skin of a dragon. The screws are gold plated, which I think suits the knife very well. I really like the mix of yellow and black. I think it works really well together. The blade is made of the same Damascus that is used on the bolsters. It looks a little bit different, probably because it's cut in a different angle. It's a bit like wood. Depending on the way you cut it, you can have different patterns in it, even though it's the same piece of wood. We have 3 little gold rivets there, which are supposed to help you catch the blade to open it. But actually they are quite sleepy, so it's even better to catch the blade in the Damascus part, which is deeply etched and has a nice grip on it. So at the beginning I thought it would probably look better without the gold rivets, But finally, I like them very much. It reminds the gold-plated screws, the color of the mammoth ivory, and as I said, I really like the mix of yellow and black. So finally, it brings a little bit of light on the blade, and it really looks nice. So it's not very useful, but it looks very nice. It's quite a small knife compared to other knives I've seen made by Tony Karlsson. The blade length is 7.5 centimeters, which is a bit under 3 inches. Total length is 17 centimeters, a bit less than 7 inches. The design is from the traditional Swedish shape. Tony also makes other designs, daggers, he also makes flippers now. Actually, I'm going to leave a few links in the description below to his website, to some other videos about his knives, and also to an interview that he made recently. His newer designs are very different, but you can definitely still feel that Scandinavian influence, which I think is really important. It gives the knives some identity and makes them really unique. So let's have a look at the top or the sides. So we've got beautiful blue anodized titanium liners. It really gives that pop of color and it contrasts perfectly well with the yellow. Blue and yellow are opposite colors, so either it works really well or it can be awful. And there I think it really works well. The backspacer is made of Damascus, not the same Damascus as that. That would probably be a shame to use the same. I think it's a simple Damascus or twist Damascus, something like that. It's hammered finished. Again, you have this texture that you have on the bolsters, and the look really reminds the bolsters. So very nicely done there. I like the way he contoured the liners. And as you can see, it's a pretty thin knife. At the beginning I was quite afraid about the mammoth ivory because it's a natural material, it can evolve in time, and when you see how thin it is, I was really scared that it would bend with time, or if I didn't keep it in a special place, maybe with heat or humidity, I thought it would probably bend quite quickly, but finally it didn't move. I've had this knife for about 2 or 3 years, 3 years now I think, and still perfect. So I don't know if he makes a special treatment to it, or maybe he has the mammoth ivory from a special place, that's a very good quality, something like that, I don't know. But for the moment, it's still perfect. So it's a liner lock. What I really like is that he didn't make a cut in the handle. Usually liner locks have a cut piece to access the liner, and I think it really spoils the design. So here he did a very nice knurling on the liner, which makes it very easy to unlock. You just need to put your finger like that and it unlocks very easily. The engagement is quite far. I know some people would prefer it to be very early like that. Personally, I don't really like it when it's very early. I like it when it's in the middle, just as it is now. It's an art knife. I'm not gonna cut trees with it, so I mean it's fine. It's going to be fine in time. It's perfect. For me, at least. The inside is just as well made as the outside. So the liners are mirror polished. It's signed and he did some file work in it. So perfectly made. By the way, this knife is probably one of the smoothest I've ever handled. It's definitely the smoothest of my collection, and I can tell you I've got some knives with ball bearings from very high-end knife makers. This one is not the fastest, but it's definitely the smoothest. You just cannot feel anything. It's a pleasure to open and close. And even the liner is very smooth, no stiffness whatsoever. Of course, blade centering is perfect. Just a pleasure to manipulate. The adjustments are perfect. He did some very nice grooves there, which follow the lines of the bolsters. So it's quite a simple knife compared to some things I've already reviewed, but is very, very close to perfection. It is a heavy knife, which is surprising when you consider how small it is and how thin it is. But I really like it. It gives it a high quality feeling. I think the weight comes from the backspacer, which is a big piece. It's very large in the end, you know. It's very large there, so I think the weight mainly comes from there. To finish this video, I'll just say a quick word about the sheath. Absolutely perfect for me. I would like to have this kind of sheath for all my knives. Thin, simple, very nicely done, with a nice quality material. The inside is also decorated, but still is very simple, easy to use. It doesn't take any space in the pocket, easy to open, easy to take the knife out. I mean, I don't like very complicated sheaths. I like it simple, thin, so that I can put it in my pocket or in a bag. It doesn't take any space. I usually don't wear my knives on belts, so yeah, I love it. And I almost forgot to mention that it comes with the certificate. So you have the photo of the knife, the name of the knife, description. So knife made in 2013. Damascus made by Vladic Daniluk. The date, it's signed, and it has a very nice texture on the paper. I don't really care about it. I know some people do, so just wanted to show that to you very quickly. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it if you did, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.